News. The verdict is in. A jury finds the driver behind a deadly birthday party crash guilty on all counts. The message after the decision. Plus, flu cases are spiking in Ohio. What doctors are seeing here and what you can do to keep yourself and your family from getting sick. Chris?
We're looking at a rain-snow mix. It's going to roll back into the area as we go into our Friday. Should really pick up through the afternoon and into the evening. A minor slushy accumulation that will be possible Friday night. I'll preview that, but also break down your weekend forecast and most importantly, a big warm-up next week. You'll see that coming up. Dan, back over to you.
Welcome into WTOL at 11 on News on Plus. I'm Dan Cummins in for Kaylee. Thanks for joining us. Now, let's take a look at our top stories of the day.
We, the jury, find as follows. Count 1, guilty of murder in the second degree of Alana Grace Phillips. Count 2, guilty of murder in the second degree of Zaid Isaac Phillips.
A Monroe County jury found Marcella Chittister guilty of 9 charges, including 2 counts of second-degree murder. She crashed into a birthday party in Monroe County, killing 2 children, injuring 14. Our team has been in the courtroom all week bringing you the latest updates, and Andre Norrells joins us with more on the case. Andre, the jury made their decision pretty quick today.
Yeah, Dan, they did. It only took 2 hours for the jury to come up with their verdict. This comes after 4 days of hearing testimony from witnesses, and both the prosecution and defense making their case. April of last year, Marcella Chittister crashed into the Swan Boat Club. The crash killed 8-year-old Alana Phillips and 4-year-old Zane, injuring 15 others. Chittister was also found guilty of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. It was said in court her blood alcohol content level was more than twice the legal limit. Throughout this week, the defense wanted to show that she only had 1 glass of wine that day. They also said Chittister was on seizure medication and a chemical reaction between the alcohol and that medication could have happened. But at the end, the jury found Chittister guilty on all charges. Here's what the father of Alana and Zane had to say.
After I leave here, I'm going to their gravesite and let them know how today went. I will never get peace. I never will find peace with this, but I'm glad that the verdict came back on all counts. I am happy with that verdict. I believe that she deserves to be where she is at. My babies can finally rest peacefully. This is what we've been waiting for this whole time. I didn't want to say anything until after this was all done, but my babies can finally rest peacefully.
Chittister could face up to 2 life sentences, 2 15-year sentences, and 5 5-year terms. She will be sentenced on May 15th, but the defense does plan to appeal this verdict. Reporting in studio, Andre Norrells, WTOL 11.
A Toledo man is facing federal charges after admitting to sexually abusing his children over 150 times and recording the crimes. 34-year-old Chaz Jacob is charged with receipt and distribution of child porn and sexual exploitation of minors. According to an affidavit, he allegedly abused his son and daughter, sometimes recording it. The document states his son was 4 years old when he was first abused. Jake has admitted to engaging in sexual activity with him on at least 50 different times. The document also says he admitted to engaging in sexual activity with his 12-year-old daughter on at least 100 occasions from the time she was 4 until recently. Federal and local agencies took part in that investigation. The trial for a man accused of shooting 2 people inside their Sylvania Township home last fall began this week. Sean Landis was indicted in November on 6 counts of felonious assault, along with attempted murder and aggravated burglary. Laura Sandlin tracks the development from inside the courtroom.
According to police, last year, 53-year-old Sean Landis, who's from New Jersey, went into a house on Crossroads Field near Corey and shot 2 men. The call came in right before 1 a.m. Sylvania Township officer Curtis Myers was one of the first to respond.
Where's the bad guy? He ran out the back door.
Ran out the back door? Where are you at?
When you located that first individual, what did you observe?
Large amounts of blood, and he was holding his face.
After locating the victims, police had to render immediate aid.
Did you see where exactly that blood was coming from?
I could just see holes. I guess that were heavy blood coming out.
In the courtroom, body cam from police was reviewed, and various officers shared the events of the night.
And at that point, did you know if the suspect was still on scene or not?
It was still unknown.
According to police, Landis used to work with one of the victims. Multiple investigators took the stand to discuss the content of Landis's phone, along with present evidence that showed Landis was in close proximity to one of the victims prior to the shooting.
That was Laura Sandlin reporting. The court adjourned this afternoon. The case is set to continue tomorrow morning. We'll continue to update you on this trial as we learn more. Former Sylvania Township Lieutenant and Delta Police Chief faced a judge today. Robert Austin was arraigned in Lucas County Common Pleas Court. Documents say he was released on his own recognizance. Austin was indicted last month on theft in office and insurance fraud charges. Those charges follow a report by 11 Investigates last May that discovered he was married to 2 women at the same time. Because of that report, he resigned his job in Delta. The Ohio auditor says the second wife was illegally on Sylvania Township's health plan for more than 7 years. The township is currently suing him, attempting to recover more than $69,000. Mayor Wade Kapsakavich says he would like to change up the decline in the population for the city of Toledo. At his State of the City address Wednesday, he announced plans to add more housing here. But how will he actually get people to move into Toledo? Silver Barker gets answers from area realtors and residents. City Council member Nick Comives tells us he thinks Toledo is on the growth pattern right now. He says working on projects like the riverfront and fixing up neighborhoods, addressing a housing shortage will help bring people back into the city of Toledo. Well, the warmer weather is right around the corner, but that doesn't mean the flu season is forgotten about in Northwest Ohio. According to the Ohio Department of Health, the area saw about 300 hospitalizations from influenza end of February. ProMedica physicians told WTOL 11 they have been seeing a rise of the flu, with influenza A being more common this year. Symptoms can be like the common cold, like coughing, chills, fevers, and body aches, but are cause for concern if temperatures don't go away, if you start feeling worse.
If you're having chest pain, if you're super short of breath, or you're coughing up thick sputum, or especially coughing up blood, if you feel like you can't get enough oxygen, and then if you have a fever and it's not coming down with over-the-counter medications, I would seek help at an ER.
ProMedica says be sure to wash your hands regularly, wipe down surfaces on your home, and if you're sick, stay home, stay hydrated, and get some rest. Yet another U.S. state is reporting its first case of measles this year. A high school student in Florida has tested positive for the highly contagious virus. One mom pulled her son out of school early when she learned the news.
Even though he has a shot, but the shot's been over a year and a half that we put it. So I don't know if it could get contagious or something. So I want to verify.
According to the CDC, the vaccine provides lifelong protection. Texas is grappling with an outbreak that spread to nearly 160 people. 22 of them have been taken to the hospital. And one unvaccinated school-aged child is now dead due to measles-related complications. The Susan G. Komen Northwest Ohio Race for the Cure is months away, but registration is open now. Earlier than ever, runners and walkers can sign up to secure a spot for the 5K race and family fun walk, which steps off Sunday, September 28th in downtown Toledo. Mark your calendar, September 28th. If you register for the race before May 12th, you'll pay just $25. Proceeds, either way, go to help fight breast cancer. The Wood County Park District has been hard at work getting ready for springtime. The Land Management Department maintains all the natural areas of Wood County's 21 parks throughout the year. That includes ice mowing different habitats, including ponds, prairies, and forest areas. The department says it's important to maintain these areas to help native species of plants, insects, and wildlife.
That's one of our main missions, is to support those things. So we go out and do this maintenance so that all of those pollinators and other creatures have a good source of food and a place to live.
The Wood County Park District also holds a native plant sale. If you want to learn more about that, head over to our website, WTOL.com, go to the links mentioned section. And as a sign of spring to come, plenty to choose from here in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. Many are actually open right now for the spring and summer season, serving up delicious chili treats. For a list of ice cream shops and parlors open, we have a list at WTOL.com. Chris, it's almost springtime.
Yes, it's going to be feeling more like it as well. I'll tell you, it's ice cream season anytime for me, but especially when the weather turns warmer, really gets you in the mood for that, and spring fever is going to be out there. Now, be patient because it's not going to be for Friday. Upper 30s, it's going to be a rough feeling day. Dry weather in the morning, but that rain-snow mix is going to come in through the afternoon and into the evening, so wet roads, very damp feeling conditions. We're not going to budge out of the 30s, and by the time we get to Friday evening and Friday night, we're going to mix in some snow showers and could be some wet snowflakes that bring a minor light coating of snow. Nothing that's going to be significant with your accumulation. Saturday, some sun will return near 40 degrees, so not much warmer, but a little bit brighter, and you're really going to see that brighter and warmer weather by Sunday. Better the 2 weekend days. We're going to take us close to 50 degrees as we get into Sunday. Current readings, if you're still ready to step out for your Thursday nights, back close to the freezing mark. Going to drop back into the upper 20s tonight. It'll be a cold night tonight with dry conditions. We have clear skies across the area after clouds early in the day revealed some sunshine for the final few hours of the day. No real big weather makers over the night tonight and tomorrow, but a storm system that's quickly racing out of the Intermountain West crosses the Central Plains tonight. That's the system that's going to bring us that rain-snow mix into tomorrow afternoon. So kids, no issues getting out the door tomorrow morning. Chilly feel right around 30 degrees. Upper 30s by lunchtime. And once that rain picks up, it actually should cool us back into the afternoon. And some snow showers that will be possible as we go near and after dark. Upper 30s. The kids may need that rain gear, at least heading home from school tomorrow afternoon. Here's that pocket of clearing tonight. Clouds will return back to the area by morning tomorrow. So the day, as we see those clouds thicken up, by daybreak, it should be mostly cloudy across the area. Still, we will be dry. Here's the clock, 7 a.m. We don't have any rain across the area yet. It's going to be well into mid-afternoon before we actually get that rain into the area. So 3 p.m. Here's how Doppler radar will be looking. Rain advancing in west of Toledo. And eventually it's become steadier, moderate rainfall as we get into Friday evening and Friday night. It is going to be a wet evening. It could get cold enough that we mix in with some snowflakes as we go Friday night into early Saturday. But little, if any, accumulation. Just a dusting on some elevated and grassy surfaces and elevated areas. Dry conditions by Saturday with some sun that's set to return. So we're dry first half of the day on Friday through noon, mid-afternoon, so we get that rain that works in, and then it will mix in with some snow as we go late afternoon and into the evening. My 10-day forecast, Friday, it's going to be a cold feeling day, 39 degrees, the high near 40s we get into Saturday. Partly sunny skies on Saturday, a little more sunshine on Sunday. Should boost us to 50 degrees. And if you like the trend there, 57 on Monday. It is going to be dry and brighter. And then jumping into the 60s Tuesday, here comes spring fever back into the area. Now, a real questionable day out there. And we've been very clear on this one. It's Wednesday. A lake breeze could bring vastly different temperatures across the area. Closer to the lake, much cooler, warmer to the south and to the west. And beyond that, it should be brief. Warming trend again to the end of that 10-day forecast, back into the upper 50s and low 60s into mid-March. Dan, back over to you.
Chris, thank you. Christmas and holiday gift giving is more than 9 months away, but it's already time to start talking about toys. The International Toy Fair is giving parents a look at products to get some ideas. Most of these products featured at the fair won't hit store shelves till fall, like this Coco, which responds to touch like a tickle, and a toy popular in the 90s, Skip It, is back, and it's better than ever.
Keeps kids physical, keeps them moving. You could play it alone. You can do this against your friends to see who's going to get the high score.
Almost 80% of toys sold in this country are made in China. Toy executives say if the current tariffs against that country stay in place, prices for many toys will go up. St. John's Jesuit High School is celebrating 3 of its wrestlers today. 3 students, 2 seniors and a junior, are going to the state championships. Students and staff gathered in the commons and hallways to cheer